Welcome to our third episode of the 24/7 Laredo's podcast. I'm your host, Jesus Chugaza. Happy New Year to all of you here in Laredo and Webb County. Feliz Año Nuevo. Our mission, of course, here at 24/7 is to provide an open dialogue on issues affecting Laredo and South Texas. We're an original, free, and independent news site that talks about issues affecting Nuevo Laredo sometimes, and of course Laredo and San Antonio, and those areas that are close to our hearts, many of the issues. We try to create a community of border residents who want to know today's news. You can like us on Facebook or on YouTube so you can keep up with all the videos that we're producing, especially during this campaign season. If you would like to participate as a guest, or you are a public official or a person who wants to run for a public office, feel free to contact us. We'll gladly put you on. The only thing we don't do is talk about conspiracies. We don't talk about hate. All we do is talk about the news that affects today's Laredo community. We are bilingual in English, obviously in English and Spanish, so sometimes we may ask a question on and off. But for the most part, we're going to speak to English as for now. You can still email us to 247laredo2021@gmail.com. Give us your thoughts about any of the shows that we're doing. Today, we're very lucky to have a county commissioner who's been in office for at least...
It's been 19 amazing years.
19 amazing years.
Amazing years.
Webb County Commissioner Rosaura Wawi Tijerina. So how's the campaign coming along?
The campaign is going great. We've been working very hard. We've been interacting with the community very closely, and we keep up with what's going on here in not only Laredo, but Webb County as well.
Now, you said you've been a commissioner for how many years?
19.
19
amazing years.
I'm sure that during that period of time, you've had a lot of experience as a commissioner. Do you feel that experience obviously gives you the knowledge about how to govern in Webb County?
Absolutely. Judge, I've been, like I said, a commissioner for the last 19 years, and my experience speaks for itself. I am transparent. I am dedicated to my job. I am very much involved with the community. But what sets me apart is my education. I have a doctorate degree in jurisprudence. I am completely involved with the community even before I took office,
yes.
With different boards here in Laredo and in the state of Texas, because I belong to the South Texas Workforce Development Board.
Yes, you've been at it for a few years.
For a long time. Yes. That is correct. And also my community involvement.
Yes.
I've been involved with a lot of nonprofit organizations, and I try to help as much as I can.
Now, you've been at it for, like you said, 19 years. I'm sure there's quite a few projects that you've accomplished, that you feel like you accomplished. Can you point out a few of them for the public?
Yes. When I first took office as a Webb County Commissioner for Precinct Two, not one colonia on 59 or 359 had access to water or sewer. After, careful lobbying and talking with the different entities, not only local.
The state of Texas.
Not only local, but the state and federal level, we were able to obtain funding, including the prior administration, get funding to provide water and sewer to the colonias of 59.
Right.
We are in the process of working the same for the colonias of 59.
Your area now, Precinct Two, of course, Webb County is divided into 4 precincts. That's by statute. Every county in the state of Texas has that. Can you tell us where is Precinct Two?
Precinct Two is in the heart of Webb County, and I'm saying that because we have north, south, east, and west. But my precinct is, let's say, from
But it's
Lamar.
It's right within the city of Laredo, and it pulls out.
Exactly. It starts with the city of Laredo, but it pulls out to the county rural areas.
Right.
For example, it starts in Lamar, the Nixon area, the Base area. It goes all the way north to Del Mar.
So you're talking about Eastwoods. I mean, it includes Eastwoods.
East Laredo.
East Laredo,
Yes.
right.
And then from Del Mar south, except Alexander Estates. But it covers Lakeside. It covers all the colonias of 59. Tamiu, Lakeside, Tamiu. All the colonias of 59, all the colonias of 359. In the south, it covers Central City, Los Presidentes, and it's going to be east of Ejido. Goodness. So we go all the way to Oilton and Bruni, Texas.
So you literally have South Laredo, East Laredo, North Laredo.
Correct.
Plus all that area outside
East.
East.
The East.
My goodness, that's a big chunk. like you said, you've been at it for 19 years. Are there any specific projects that you, like you mentioned? You obviously you help bring in the water to the colonias.
Colonias.
There's also, you brought some water treatment. Is there a water treatment plant out there, or?
Yes, we do. We have a huge water treatment plant in Colorado Acres, which is in Las Lomas.
Right.
It's a big tank that we have for water dispenser.
Right.
Now,
And that's very important because obviously, I mean, I have relatives who live out there,
yes.
and the only water they get is, and it used to be whoever got there first got water, and then you know, if you didn't get water, you'd have to go to north side or to south side to get some water because no había agua.
That's
You know,
it.
there was, but now you do have a plant.
Yes, we do have a plan, definitely. What I do want to say is that these residents in the colonias of Las Lomas or 59 have had it very rough. You know, I hate to say this, but we live in the United States and they live in third world countries, which is not acceptable. As we all know, water is a necessity, it's not a luxury. So what we're trying to do is make sure that we have water availability at all times, not only certain times, but at all times.
Right. So,
And if for some reason the pump breaks, it happens, you know, we have water available in bottled
in
waters.
bottled water until you get it fixed.
Exactly.
How many water dispensers do you have in Laredo or in Webb County?
We have two huge water sources. One is, we have one in Pico Road. We have this one over here in Rio Bravo, El Cenizo.
Right.
So we are working on having an aquifer or some type of unit available in the colonias of 59. In fact, I'm glad you asked that question. Right now, we're working very, very closely with Legacy Waters. Legacy Waters is trying to find out how they can drill a well there on the colonias of 59 or some of the type of entities so that we can provide water to those people. Now, it is a little difficult because right now we are in the funding stage. Legacy Water, together with the state of Texas and the federal government, have been working together with us as an entity in Webb County, trying to see how we can get the funding through the Water Development Board, get funding through the USDA, the
Right.
United States Department of Agriculture.
But this has been going on since the 1990s. I mean, it's not necessarily because one person is holding it up, but rather it's because there's different agencies involved in the process.
Correct.
And while you provided temporary, the basic water sources for those neighborhoods, you still need to grow, and that's
Right.
part of the problem. You know,
Right.
you got to have more water. You got bigger lines, and you know.
Laredo is growing so much more at the county of Webb. I don't know if you notice, a lot of big agencies are growing outside
Right.
in the Webb County area. Now, yes, Laredo grows. We need to grow as well.
Right.
So what we're doing right now is we're trying to get the water installed on 59, and it's
Right.
looking very, very good.
Right.
The funding is a lot. We estimate that it's going to be $150 million to run water from the city of Laredo all the way to 59.
I remember back in, like I said, I'm dating myself, but back in the 1990s, early 2000s, when it started with Governor Richards, and it continued with Governor Abbott. You and of course the prior Commissioner Judith Gutierrez have been pushing water lines all this time, and it's still happening.
Yes.
It's not enough. I mean, you know, those water lines, the original water lines are more than 20 years old.
Yes.
And you're still having to replace some of them now
In fact-
because you keep growing.
In fact, when Commissioner Judy Gutierrez was in office, I remember she told me that they went before Congress to lobby for funding to run the lines on 59. And their response was, it is cheaper for us to relocate the families back to Laredo than running water lines because the houses are very remote. So it would cost a lot more
Well,
money.
it makes a lot of sense. However, the reality of the matter is that people don't get relocated back into the community. They live in a rancho out there for a reason because that's how they want to live.
Correct.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone
Taxes
is-
are cheaper,
Yes.
and they made a sacrifice to purchase that piece of property.
Exactly. To
So
them,
we need
that's
to
the
respect them.
and that's the American dream.
Right.
In whichever way it comes out, but it's an American dream.
We need to respect them as well.
Definitely.
Yes.
You know, we have quite a few issues to talk about. But before I really get into more details, I mean, your relationship. You've had how many employees do you have at the county?
We have approximately 1,500.
1,500 employees.
Correct.
You, the Webb County Commissioner's Court keeps growing in terms of the county.
Yes.
I mean, I think you've had about 300 to 400 new employees since the last 10 years.
Correct.
And have you always ended up developing a budget that's always been balanced?
We have a beautiful commissioner's court right now. Our budget is very, very healthy.
What is the budget right now?
The budget is $174 million.
Okay.
But we have approximately $110 million reserved in the general fund. So our budget is extremely healthy. We're working so well, and it's going to continue being that way. We're very careful. We're very transparent on how we spend our money, what is in the best interest of Webb County. So we need to look at what is good for them.
One other question before I go into a short break is the issue of the Webb County Sheriff's Office building. Why is it not finished yet?
The Webb County Sheriff's Office.
Downtown.
Correct. It's almost done. They had a little issues with the floors that they are fixing
water
already.
leaks and stuff like that.
Correct. They're already fixing that. And the engineer, our county engineer, went ahead and said there's very little to be done, and it's almost done. So we might have a groundbreaking sometime in February.
Good. Well, I hope so, because the sheriff has been waiting for that since the last 3 or
Yes.
4 years, and he's looking forward to opening up that new building, hopefully very, very soon.
Yes.
We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Webb County Commissioner Rosaura Tijerina.
My name is Joaquin Rodriguez, and I'm running to be your next 111th District Court Judge. I was raised right here in Laredo, in the Ghost Town neighborhood, not in a political family, and not with generational wealth. I grew up like most families here do, learning early that nothing is given and everything is earned. I'm a proud product of the Laredo Independent School District and a graduate of Nixon High School. I worked my way through college and went on to Texas Tech University School of Law, always knowing that I wanted to come back home and serve the community that shaped me. I met the love of my life in high school, and I married my high school sweetheart. And today, I'm most proud of being a husband and a father to my son. Being a family man keeps me grounded and reminds me who the justice system is really for. Professionally, I spent years as a prosecutor, including in the Special Victims Unit, standing up for children and victims of violent crime. Today, I serve as the first assistant city attorney for the city of Laredo. I'm Joaquin Rodriguez, and I respectfully ask for your vote.
Welcome back to the show. We have our county commissioner, Commissioner Rosaura Tijerina, who's running for re-election. How many terms is that, Ms. Commissioner Tijerina?
This is the fifth term.
The fifth term.
Yes,
My
that is
goodness.
correct.
My goodness, you're going for the 20th.
Yes.
20th. Wow. Well, one of the issues that came up this past week was the issue of the sale of some property outside the loop that you all are looking at. Can you tell us about it? Is the Casa Blanca ballroom that many of us know about it because we've all been there, we've all danced there, and we've all heard Tejano music and all kinds of music. A lot of us grew up there.
Yes, that
Tell
is
us
correct.
a little bit about it.
The Casablanca Ballroom is a prime location for Webb County. It's within the city, but the county as well. For people who do not know, we own the 1848 Event Center, which is a couple of
Blocks from
blocks
there.
away from there.
Your life downs.
Correct. The old Road and Bridge Department is ours. Casablanca would be perfect. However, we're weighing our options. It doesn't mean that we're going to buy it, but we're weighing our options as to the price and what benefit it will do for Webb County. We had a meeting with Commissioner's Court yesterday, and that was one of my main concerns. I did tell them that my decisions are independent decisions. I make my decisions based on whatever's beneficial to Webb County, what is in the best interest for Webb County residents. Now, the Casablanca Ballroom has ups and downs, so we hired an independent
Company
law firm,
to look at those things.
Yeah.
'Cause I understand some of that paint. Somebody mentioned something about paint being leaded, and there might be other issues to the building.
That is correct.
But that's what your agency, that is what this company is going to look at.
Correct. That's what they're doing at, and also to reassess the value on the property.
Right.
If we tear down the building, how much can they sell the property for? And if we
Right.
keep the building, it's going to cost us a lot more to fix it.
It's 14 acres right outside the loop. Some people thought, or at least one particular person said it was up to $11 million. But is that amount correct?
No, that is not correct. So that's why I'm saying if they can sell the property without the building, that would be a lot better for us because we can build something new.
Well, yes.
But
Now,
with 11 million, I think we can purchase another piece of property already ready for the tax assessor collector to move in.
now I understand under the Constitution that the Commissioner's Court or the county judge decides where all the buildings, where all the services will be had. So you get to decide as Commissioner's Court where you want to put the courts and where you want to put the jail and where you want to put the tax assessor. Is that about right?
That is correct.
So really, if I was a tax assessor and I said, I don't want you to move me, well, really, it's not really their choice. It's up to the Commissioner's Court. Is that about right?
That is correct. And Judge, we need to look at what is better. We have persons that are elderly, that are handicapped. We need to look at a building that is capable of providing the services for these specific
Right.
persons. So that's why we need to look at whatever's in the best interest of the public, not the
Right. And I mean, it's 14 acres, so you can certainly build from there up or down. I mean, sideways or upside, but there's a lot of space there.
There is a lot
So,
of space.
but there's no other. I mean, there was one particular public official who said it was going to be $11 million, and it's full of lead, and it's got a lot of bad stuff, and of course, her department was going to be moved over there.
Right.
In that case, we know the Commissioner's Court decides where to move things.
Right.
And you're not gonna buy unless you tell me you got another company looking at this property,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and then based on the reports that you get, you all are gonna decide, and you can still walk away.
Correct.
I mean, there's no deal.
No
yet,
deal.
right?
There is no deal whatsoever yet, unless we decide to purchase a property. Then it takes 3 votes
Right.
for it to become a reality. If not, we move on and look for something else.
Right. Well, I was just wondering because there was a lot of talk about it this past week, and they're going to bring it up the next 30 days. And so I'm looking
Yes.
forward to see what particular happens there. Now, you mentioned this is located right outside the Loop 20, but there's a lot of more business activity going on outside the Loop and up to Alton, Miranda, Bruni. Tell me, in your district, in your area, is business growing? Are more people more houses being built there? Or what exactly is going on in terms of the growth of Laredo?
There is a lot of development off 359. We have a lot of developers who are building brand new homes, brand new businesses, even like 17, 20 miles out.
But they're being platted, I take it, right? Because you have you have a planning division or an office.
Right. We have planning department with the county of Webb, and in order for them to build homes, they need to be platted for the owner to have the specific dimensions on their property itself, and it is required.
And it was different than back in the 90s and the 2000s because I understood back then that there was no platting and people just moved in and squatters and just, this is my property,
Exactly.
and there was no water.
And-
And that's the cause of why we had so many colonias.
Yes, we have extremely too many colonias, and both on 59 and 359, and you are correct. People would just move into the montes and build their own little houses without knowing the dimensions of their land,
Right.
whatever
and
they
the
own.
water, but things are obviously getting better
Oh, yes.
than it was before. Is there any other area? I mean, you mentioned earlier the building a water dispensary, or you already have a water dispensary on that side.
Yes.
Is there anything else being
Yes.
built out there?
Judge, as far as infrastructure,
Yes.
the 359 highway is being expanded by TxDOT. It's a beautiful project. A lot of accidents are occurring.
But there's a lot of accidents. I'm telling you, we're Concord Hills
Yeah.
up to the juvenile detention center. There's still a lot. I mean, it's still they're beginning to expand it, but it is a little bit tight right now.
Correct. But let me tell you, it's going to be really, really good. Again, you're talking about all these colonias going all the way to the Juvenile Justice Center or where the self-help center is.
Yeah.
Now, we have to make sure that this expansion, which is done by TxDOT, which I thank TxDOT for working with the county and making sure that...
What are they doing? They're building 2 lanes or 1 lane?
They're building 2 lanes going and 2 lanes coming and the median in the middle.
In the
So
middle.
even if there's an accident, you have a space to move.
So it's a 5-lane highway.
Yes.
How far is it going to go down the road?
It's going to go all the way to maybe like 17 to 20 miles out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is very, very good.
Definitely.
It's a huge project. I know people get frustrated, but it's got to
That's
be
cool.
done.
It's gotta be done.
It's got to be done for the safety of our community, for the improvement of infrastructure in our community. Now, another one that's going to happen, TxDOT is going to expand the Loop 20 expansion from, I want to say, Clark all the way to Jackman Road, which is excellent.
Which is your district.
My area
Now,
as well.
Do you remember if it's going to be, unless I'm wrong, it should be 4 lanes on either side?
Right, it's gonna be 2 and 2, yes. Or
No,
actually,
no,
actually,
be
right now
4
it's
lanes.
3 and
It's 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Plus the sides as well.
Correct.
So it's gonna double the size of the loop.
Oh yes, it's gonna be really
Is there
nice.
any discussion still about the outer loop?
It's in the works right now, but no set.
Not set.
Not set yet. And
Until
so,
I would imagine to finish by. It's expected that the inner loop will be finished by 2029.
correct.
I imagine you guys are going to talk about it
yes.
by
yes.
that time
Absolutely.
because the city keeps growing.
Yes, and you know what? As a result of the expansion of the loop, TxDOT is working very close with the County of Webb, and let me tell you why. The area that they're taking away is on the golf course. So because they need some space in the golf course, they're gonna have to redesign the golf course completely.
There goes the little water tank there.
Yes, they're gonna have to redesign the golf course to meet their needs as TxDOT. So we're working on that. It hasn't happened, but it's gonna work.
Well, okay, so hopefully that would be good. I don't know about the golfing people. I don't think they're gonna really like. They're gonna lose
No.
probably one hole there, but
Yeah,
I mean,
they'll probably be able to play 9 holes instead of 18 holes. Yes.
Well, they got 9 holes right now, so hopefully they'll keep some of that, but a little bit smaller.
Yes.
In terms of so the lake continues to be part of the county.
Correct.
And are there any changes happening with the state of Texas? Are they making changes at the lake?
Not at all. The state of Texas, it's a state park, so
It's
the
a
state
park,
of Texas,
but it's owned by the county.
the land,
The land
it
is owned.
is situated in the county.
Right,
Yes.
right. So that doesn't change.
Right.
But I mean, in thinking about growth for Laredo, it seems to me that based on what you're saying, that there's a lot of more growth on 359 than there is on 59. Is that about right?
Let me tell you something, Judge. Something very important. Leche, which is a nonprofit organization, I guess a nonprofit entity, met with us in Webb County. The city of Laredo, the RMA, the county of Webb are in conjunction supporting the Leche project. The Leche project is a project that's going to provide a connection between 59 and 359. So you're going to see the traffic flow going very smooth, less accidents.
It'll
and
be
what have you.
outside the inner loop. I mean, it'll be outside another like an exchange.
Further,
further
an
down the road.
exchange.
Wow, that's
But the
good.
best part is that eventually they're going to connect to Los Presidentes Central City in South Laredo.
Which talks to us, and we go into the issue of the presidential permit or the bridge.
Yes.
How does that look?
That looks very good. We already have the signature by the President of the United States. It's going to be with the West Bridge Company and the County of Webb.
But that's a private company.
That is correct.
There was a big deal that happened about a year ago between Congressman Cuellar and the county judge Tijerina, who kept saying, "We got this bridge." It really wasn't the county's bridge. It was a private bridge belonging to a private citizen.
Right.
But have you sat down with this private citizen to use the permit and possibly build the bridge?
Yes. The talks are in the works. This bridge is going to be located by Cenizo and Rio Bravo. Which
right
is
next to Rio Bravo. Right. Actually, it's in between Rio Bravo. Well, I'm not sure exactly.
Cenizo and Rio Bravo in
Right.
between. And it's going to be in Webb County.
Right,
That's what
exactly.
we're saying.
And that's the outer loop that I'm talking about. Eventually, it should connect it all the way through this little connection to Leche, this other one, exchange,
Yes.
and run it all across to the other side, to the Mines Road. But again, this all sounds great, but down to the nitty gritty, a lot of people right now are feeling the pain of economic uncertainty. How do I pay my bills?
Right.
How am I going to pay the light bill, the water bill, and I need help.
Right.
So is the county doing anything to provide?
Yes, we are. We already have 2 clinics. Actually, we have 3 clinics that provide services to the people in Webb County. We have unmet Center in Bruni. That was the first one in all South Texas.
Yes.
And I love it because people can go there, like the kids who play
Is that next
football.
to the next to the auditorium?
Yes.
Yes.
The kids who play football or any type of sports, they can go to the unmet, they can do their screening and so forth to get a permission to play. They do all the services, and including vaccinations, including a lot of things like that. And it works so well. You have privacy. It's a room that you go into. You have the nurse practitioner, and the nurse practitioner is
So you've offered, you actually have medical access to medical services
Yes.
to the people in the small communities.
And for people who cannot afford to pay their utilities, for example, the electricity is so expensive.
Right.
We offer services to help them pay the electricity. They must apply with the Community Action Agency, and they will screen the application and tell them whether they qualify or don't qualify. They can go to the community centers. Applications are available there. We have members of the Community Action Agency in the community centers for them to go and apply. And I encourage them to apply.
And do you have the community centers in all the area outside of Laredo, like the north side?
Yes.
I mean, over the Penitas or...
We have Peñitas, yes, definitely. We have Larga Vista Community Center. We have Lily Martinez, the Lily Perez Community Center. We have
In your district is which one?
Larga Vista Community
Larga
Center,
Vista, okay.
yes, which is on 359.
Right. So now my understanding then, so you're saying then that the county is now providing, has always, actually I know that they've always provided utility expenses, payment of electricity and water. I'm not
Right.
sure what else you did.
No, it's only electricity.
Electricity, okay.
But I do encourage the public to go and apply in our community centers. And if funds run out, go to the city. City has the same thing too.
Wow. Well, I do know the county has
1.3 million.
1.3 million in their coffers just to help people out there in the communities to pay for the utility expenses.
Right.
I would urge that they go talk to.
I do too, and I encourage also. We have some funds for housing rehab.
Sí.
We did it for a while. We helped the elderly people whose roofs were collapsing or problems. We, paid for somebody to fix a roof and bring the house up to par.
Right.
Those are also services available.
Well, you obviously have a very active agenda here. You have a lot of activities going on as a commissioner.
That is correct, Judge. I've been very busy with
So
that.
one last question. Well, actually, I'm down to the last two, basically. What do you do when you disagree with the other county commissioners? Do you have this attitude towards finding common ground, or do you have it like one county judge nominee said last week when she was asked? She said, "Look, if you don't, I'll work with you if you work with me." And so I want to know from you: is there some type of how do you get along with the other commissioners when you have difference of opinion?
We have a great commissioners court at the moment. What we do is we don't agree in all the issues, and if we don't agree in the issues, we respect each other. We don't get
So
mad.
sometimes you go against the county judge
Absolutely,
or the other commissioners.
absolutely.
And are there sometimes when you make a proposal and they don't vote for your proposal?
It hurts, but I take it with a grain of salt. I gotta move on. I gotta move on.
You got to move on.
Yes.
And all of them seem so really it's not about it's you or the highway attitude.
No, we gotta work with each other. Even if they agree with us or don't agree with us,
Right.
life goes on. We still gotta
Yeah.
continue working together.
Wow, that's interesting. Well, that's really the better way of handling matters. The last question that I'd like you to answer to the public is when they're getting ready to go vote in March, in actually February 17 and on, what is it that they want? What is it you want them to know about you as they're thinking about voting for you or not voting for you?
What I want for them to know about Wawi is that Wawi is educated, experienced, and gets involved in her community very much. It's not that I started getting involved in the community right now because I'm running for office. I've been involved in the community even way before I ran for office for the first time. My education speaks for itself. I have a doctorate in jurisprudence. I work very hard for my education compared to my opponents. And number three, my experience. I've been in county,
City.
city as a judge, but I've been in the county for 19 years. It's been a long time, and I know the experience. I have the knowledge necessary to make sure that things get done the way it should be done. Granted, sometimes it does not work, but it's very, very few.
Well, thank you. I know that there's a lot more to talk about. We didn't talk about taxes, about the future, about that, about the issue of rising taxes, or what you plan to do about that issue. Whether or not you support Governor Abbott or even Richard Raymond raised the issue about maybe doing away with property taxes or raising the exemption. So there's a lot of issues that we didn't get a chance to talk about. I look forward to seeing you again and talking about those specific issues.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much for being here.
My pleasure, and thank you for the invitation.
No, thank you. And I want to thank you, the public, for watching this program. It's with County Commissioner Rosaura Wawi Tijerina, who's running for her 4th term as a Webb County Commissioner for Precinct 2 for Webb County. The election is set for March 3rd. However, you can start voting, early voting, February the 17th through the 27th, I believe.
Yes.
And you'll be able to vote anywhere you are. Actually, this year, you'll be able to vote anywhere you are in any of the precincts. So please, there's no excuse for not to go vote. It's important that you go out and let the public know how you feel about that particular race. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in a few more days. We'll present you another candidate. Thank you.